Nah. I remember when they told me, they're like, yo, your eyes are a different shape than what they're supposed to be. I was like, okay, so how's this going to work? They're like, yeah, we're going to need to do some surgery. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of surgery? And they're like, oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. Like, obviously, we don't do it because it was just in Specsavers. Like, so they sent me to the eye and ear, and yeah, they told me what they were gonna have to do. I was like, nah, this is fucked up. They had to basically remove like a layer of my eye on both sides, but I have to be awake for it. Yeah, they can't put me under.
Obviously, because you can't.
Yeah, because like they are like, all right, well, you need to look certain ways and all. Now it's fine.
Is it? It doesn't sound fun. Nah. I'm trying to deep it. I'm already getting squeamish. Just deep.
There's no knives, which is the main thing.
Okay.
It's done with like fucking sponges and shit like that. So they kind of like, they put a solution on your eye. They kind of like shine, like they break down like the material, then they like remove it with a sponge.
Yeah.
Then they shine like fucking UV light in your eye for 4 minutes. So I have to sit there for 4 minutes with a light down on my fucking eye, like, do you know what I mean? And that burnt like hell. So for 24 hours I can't open my eyes. So like I'm in the taxi home. I'm like pure drowsy because they give you painkillers, like fucking meds to like knock you out. And yeah, so like for 24 hours I'm just like this, you know, listening to like meditation music to like calm me down and shit like that because I'm like freaked out. And whenever I need to go to the bathroom, I need to like put my arms on my girlfriend's shoulder and she like has to walk me in. I have to like fucking sit down, go, fucking come back in. No, it's rough. It's rough. Like,
were you looking at us inviting like other Black and Irish people and they'll say, Fiona's been there 3 times, what am I coming on?
Nah. Yeah, like, you know, I was kind of like, I want to talk about stuff.
I want to talk shit to the boys.
No, but yeah, no, that I God forbid, Jesus Christ, that's scary as fuck.
Nah, that's weird.
You know what I saw the other day? Yeah, apparently, a lot of people that get laser eye surgery kill themselves.
Yeah, there was a stat. Like my miss was saying the same things. Like, I don't know what the correlation is, but a lot of people that do get laser eye surgery end up
offing themselves.
Yeah,
off themselves.
Yeah, bro. Do you know how crazy that is?
That's mad.
That's genuinely fucking.
Where is
insane.
this like study kind of
TikTok.
published? On TikTok. You found on TikTok.
I didn't see.
It.
I didn't see on TikTok. I saw it on Twitter, which is reliable source.
Which is equally as valid a source.
But no, because you know what? Yeah.
Verification.
Because
a lot of people are gonna pay for their verification.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it.
This is this eye. So, I'm supposed to have good vision, but I don't, because this eye is fucked, and this eye has to compensate.
Yeah,
so what happened? Right, primary school. What? All my stories always start with fucking primary school.
Yeah.
Primary school, where kids were stupid. You know, I used to say ping pong ball, but as I grew up, I know it's not a ping pong ball.
Right.
You know those like little rubber band balls, like those rubber balls that you have that like you bounce and
Bouncy
they bounce.
balls, yeah.
Those bouncy balls. We're playing dodgeball with it. And literally goes bang, 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 and hits me right in my eye. My eyes open.
Oof.
Yeah, bro, headache of a lifetime, bro. So technically, I'm supposed to use glasses when I drive.
Oh.
Because like at night, blah blah. But
Yeah.
I've been doing it so long. I've only ever owned one pair of glasses, and I don't wear them.
Why?
Because it ruins his look.
Can you imagine me with? Can you imagine me with
I
glasses?
actually have glasses here.
With the right glasses, it could work.
Yeah, but bro,
Because the same, like my brother wears glasses, and I couldn't imagine him with the glasses. Now I can't. Now I see him with the glasses. He makes it look work for him.
Yeah, but you know what it is, yeah. No, because you know the wildest thing, yeah. Because I went to go do an eye test, and Doan is doing all this. You know when she does puts all these things in, and then she's like, "This is what you're supposed to see, and this is what you do see." Fucked my whole fucked everything up. So I was like, bro, I've been watching the like real world in 360p.
Yeah.
Bro, and then it's like
It's so blurry.
it's so but now I'm used to it, bro. And then I was thinking about getting LASIK, but I always have a fear of what if something goes wrong.
But that's any surgery though.
No, but this is like I've said. I don't know if we have it on the actual tape, but
You don't want to lose your senses.
lose a sense, kill me. I don't know why.
You know, like things are accessible now. Like you're able to like move through the world if you lose.
It's not about moving through the world, bro. I've gone through the world, seen some beautiful shit, beautiful women, all of this, and now
I knew, but you know when he said beautiful, yeah, I knew he meant women.
bro, no,
Does not mean scenery.
No,
it does not mean
scenery.
mountains.
If you had to lose one sense, what would it be?
Probably touch.
That's sex,
Your sense of touch.
bro. That's sex. No more sex, bro. Fuck that.
Oh yeah. If you lose touch, then you can touch fire.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You'd be set on fire. You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
it's if I had to lose one.
What are the senses though?
It might be taste.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably be taste for me as well.
Touch.
Or smell.
No, smell
hearing.
smell is peak. If you
Sight,
lose your
hearing,
smell, it's
yeah.
peak, bro.
They said because smells, it could be if you couldn't smell a gas leak.
No, and apart from that, do you know how much of
they don't really make
do you know
that
how much
sound,
of your taste comes from your smell?
Yeah.
Do you know
But
what
you
I'm
have
saying?
to
True.
probably taste because sometimes I eat to fuel my body.
Yeah,
But
bruv. Man.
especially during the week. It's only like when I get like a cheeky takeaway on
Bruv.
the weekend. I'm
Yeah.
like,
The
I actually want to enjoy
I
this.
will come out with the maddest six pack, bruv. What? Because the thing is, why am I eating junk food? It all tastes the
Yeah.
fucking same,
Yeah.
bruv. I'm eating
Yeah.
broccoli. You know what? At that point, actually, no. I was gonna say at that point I'll become a vegan, but it's not about. No,
I've actually
I
been
wouldn't.
thinking about it.
Have you?
My
Yeah.
problem
Becoming
is
a vegan?
texture.
I don't know, like like with animals and stuff like that. I'm starting to get freaked out, like
Why?
because I don't know, like I think my For You page is like a sense that I'm like I've got a weakness or something, and it's like we're gonna bombard them with like ads that make them feel bad about watching.
How long you been thinking about it though?
About 18 months.
Hey, the intention is there, right?
But you know,
it's good to
I
have
might
good
do it
intention.
someday.
Hey, this guy's
After
never
like
doing
2
it.
years, never.
Bro.
No, but like it does kind of freak me out thinking about like, oh my god, these poor animals are like, getting killed and stuff like that.
Bro,
And I'm
tell
just
them charge
yapping
it, bro.
them, like, you know what I mean, like, think about it.
But not enough for you to think about it for 18 months.
Yeah.
You just feel like I'm not gonna do it.
When you get a bowl of chicken wings, yeah,
And
say there's what 15 wings in it.
I thought about
That's
this.
7.5 chickons.
Is it?
Is
Bro, there's
Yeah,
only
it is.
2 wings on every chicken.
Yeah, it's only 2 wings per chicken. Like, you know, unless you get a chicken with 3 wings, but that's unlikely. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still not feeling bad right now, Leo. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know what it
I
is,
love chicken wings.
Yeah,
and
no,
chips
that's
is my staple.
Yeah, it's
It's
fair.
cash
It's fair.
money.
But you know what it is, yeah.
Every
I feel like it's because we're so removed from the process that when we see the process, it scares
Yeah.
us. But
Yeah,
them
your
niggas
For
were
You
gonna
page
die
fucking up.
anyways.
Yeah, it's fucking up.
TikTok,
keep seeing it.
TikTok, whatever the fucking algorithm is doing needs to stop.
They know what they know it.
No, because now they're showing me bare ADHD stuff, and I'm like, do I have
Oh,
ADHD?
mad. Yeah.
Bro, leave me alone.
Let me live in my
Are you
ignorance.
thinking about getting assessed for it, like properly?
Now that TikTok is fucking my life up and telling me that I'm not a functioning, no, I'm joking.
But at this age, though, if you do get it, like, like,
You can get medication for it to help you, like with focus and stuff.
The thing is, I don't fuck with medication, bro.
No.
Yeah, like even if I was told I had ADHD or whatever, I wouldn't take medication for it.
Okay.
Like I just don't like meds.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fair. Well, I'm sure it would like validate a lot of stuff for you, and that's happened to you.
I think that's
in the
it.
past,
I
you
think
know
even
what I mean?
that I'd be like, I knew it. I knew
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I knew I was messed up.
Yeah.
Bro.
Maybe I wasn't as smart as I thought I should have been or could have
Yeah.
was. Because sometimes I'm like, I understand things and I know how to do it. But when it came to like testing, I just like in the
Yeah.
test I wasn't as focused or I couldn't. I was like, but I know
Yeah.
this stuff. Or it would kind of help me be like
Some people pressure.
confirmation bias more than anything.
Some people it's pressure that gets to them. Like it's
Yeah.
not that
Pressure
you know
sometimes.
this stuff because like for me, I test well because I'm very calm when I'm in the test. I know,
Okay.
like I have my thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so I'm able to remember stuff. But
Right.
there's this girl that I went to uni with. She's prepared for this. She failed this test 3 times, but she's prepared for this.
Yeah.
But she gets in there and she freaks out and then she forgets everything.
Mad.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like a lot of that is just
Yeah, the pressure of expectations. I've always like obviously I watch sports and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, a lot of people are good. It's just when they're in a pressure moment
Mm-hmm.
that for some
Yeah.
reason the ability doesn't match up to the pressure because they get into it. You become your own head. You get into your
Yeah,
your own
like
head.
it's what's called like lockdown football when there were no fans.
Yeah,
Some players
yeah.
just
Some
start
players
balling
are
out.
Balling.
fucking
And it's
class.
like,
what?
sorry, when did you become good?
So Jesse Lingard, I've been watching you.
See, you had it in you all along.
But
You
yeah,
just needed all these 40,000 people to go.
Not being here.
back to this ADHD thing, yeah. So one, bro, TikTok is bare annoying. Like when it gets to know you, yeah,
Yeah.
it starts showing you all the shit you like, and I'm just like, bro, man,
Yeah.
leave me
Keep
alone.
it for hours.
Why you know me like that? But yeah, so it was one of these things like under high pressure situations, you're calmer than the usual person, and you can come up with a plan and all that.
Yeah.
But ask you to book a doctor's appointment.
Boom.
Bro, do you know how long it
3
takes
years.
me? Do you know how long it takes me to do the simplest task?
Yeah.
But if everything's falling apart, oh shit, I'm getting this done. I'm getting this done. This is
Yeah.
happening, bro.
It's also I think it's like might not be necessarily ADHD. I think our attention span just as a society just with social media, like just our phones. Like
Yeah.
how are we booking? Like say for example, I'm booking a flight, and for some reason I don't know why a brain in my head says change the tab to Instagram. Like
Yeah,
I'm
just
just
like
there,
that, yeah.
like doing it, and I just all of a sudden I'm on Instagram. I was like, why am I on Instagram and TikTok again? I have to go back to continue that task. And
But
then again,
my
go back
problem
to
is
different tab.
I won't even start it, bro.
See, yeah, it's not a thing that you like work well under pressure. It's you only work under pressure.
My whole college, no, my whole academic career has always been studying that before.
Yeah.
And like if I start trying to study like a month before, I don't feel any pressure, so I don't do any work.
Right.
And once I feel the pressure, that's like, oh yeah, cool, it's game on. Like, I don't know, it's weird, man.
Yeah, no, it's mad.
I wish I could hack my brain to just be like that all the
Do
time.
the thing. Just do the thing I need you to do when I need you to do it.
Or just feel like you're under pressure all the time at that point. Like, because
I know, because then your cortisol levels are like way up.
Bro.
Like, you're stressed out all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good for you either.
yeah, but
How do you guys deal with stress?
I was going to give a really not good answer there.
The politician in them kicked in.
There's no footprint in that.
he's gonna let his intrusive thoughts take over. I'm trying to be more honest on the podcast.
Yeah.
I go for walks out in my back garden. Just walk around it.
And does it help?
Yeah, it actually does. Yeah,
Bro, walking
I'm
helps
able, like,
so much.
I'm able to like rationalize things a little bit better.
Oh,
and stuff
yes,
like that.
'cause
Because
when
when
you're
I'm in the
sitting
height of
there-
emotion,
yes,
I'm like,
yes.
I'm ready to go. Like, do you know what I mean? But when I'm able to, go, okay, actually, let me just walk this out. I call it WTG, walk the garden, and it helps me so much.
I guess because when you're walking, your high pressure, you're cool, you're in motion, so you can move. When you're sitting still, everything seems still, so your brain is just the only thing
Brain's
moving. I
going
guess
100.
when you're moving around,
Bro,
maybe
I'm
easier.
telling you now, what's called, because when you man that keep telling me to go to therapy, like I haven't been. What's called? She'll just tell me simple things like plan your day out and make sure you go for a walk every single day, and that shit changes. It changes your whole days.
Yeah.
It's and you know what it is. Yeah, it sounds like the stupidest shit ever, babes. I'm telling you that I'm stressed out about life, and you're telling me to go for a walk. But for me, I'm not really too connected with those feelings. So
What feeling? Sorry.
like just stress and all this kind of shit. So I'm very like just chill most of the time. So sometimes I don't know that I'm stressed until somebody else tells me that I'm stressed.
Right, yeah.
So I'm just kind of like just experiencing shit.
Oh yeah, you're just
True,
living. But
yeah.
the thing is, sometimes people know you, and even though you're not a person that emotion, they can tell that you're behaving a bit differently. Like, it gets when you live with your missus, of course.
Yeah.
Like, you get better at reading energies. So even if she's telling you, "Oh, I'm not anxious, I'm not stressed," but you're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
but you are. I can tell your energy is a bit off. Something
100%,
you wouldn't be
yeah.
like this." So maybe sometimes like you think you're being yourself, but people are like, "That's not how your energy is any other time." Yeah.
Bro, there's been times where I feel like I was depressed and I didn't realize I was depressed for months.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
And then
That's what that is.
How'd you get to the, how'd you
I
get
need
to
to clean my room.
and you clean your room, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
better now.
yeah.
How did you get to the realization that, like, okay, maybe this is what I'm going through?
Somebody else told me.
Oh.
Do you get what I'm saying?
How did they tell you? They were just like, I think you're depressed.
This is the thing, yeah. I hate explaining myself and I hate like talking about certain shit.
But he has a podcast where he explains
know?
himself
Like
and talks about certain
this,
shit.
this is why
He doesn't talk.
this is why it's so funny because the podcast is actually direct like confliction with who I am regularly. Do you get what I'm saying? But what was the question?
How did the person tell you, Dej, I think you might be depressed?
Oh, we're just talking about shit, and I was just like, I live life in a constant level of meh. Like, I'm very here. It doesn't go here. It doesn't go here. It's very just and I just kind of experience it. And then they're like, you know, when you're saying something that you think is just regular, and people start looking at you like you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
they're
oh
telling
shit.
you maybe because you're not processing your emotion, good or bad. You're just kind of like gliding through them. You're
Yeah.
not saying like, okay, this is a good emotion. I'm happy. Let me be happy. And actually, no, today was a bad day. Let it be a bad day. And
Yeah,
let me-
100%.
Let me go through that.
Do you
know?
think people actually like fully deep and know what depression is?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've never been like, to my knowledge, I've never been in that situation, so I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Like they're just saying like someone had to tell them, and I wouldn't know if that's what someone is going through, or if they're going through a bad week or a bad like maybe it'd have to be over an extended period of time for me to tell. I don't know what you think.
I always used to think that depression was this thing where like people are just like crying all the time.
Yeah.
They're always sad. They're
Yeah.
always low. They're always like, just like whinging about things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then like you said, it's just that not being able to be like excited or moved by anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just going through life and it's like, yeah, this is like just
Because we're human
fine.
beings, emotional
Exactly.
creatures. So we're supposed
emotional
to
creatures,
experience,
you know. So like,
With the highs and the lows. So if you're not experiencing that, you're like, oh, this happened in my day. I just feel mad about it.
Yeah, and it's just one of those situations, you know, like you don't really, how do I explain it? You don't experience days, you just kind of exist in days. If that makes any sense. Like you just kind of like, today happened.
yeah,
You can't tell, I can't tell you if it's a good or a bad day. It just happened.
yeah.
But see, the thing is, you say that, yeah, and I was listening to another pod, and they were saying like, but a lot of life, it is mundane. For the most part, life, like at some stage, we all wake up, we go to a 9 to 5, we come home, we turn on the football,
Yeah.
and it's like the little bits of like, okay, I'll get my takeaway on a Saturday, or I'm going on holidays in a week, or we got invited to this premiere. There's like those moments that takes out of our mundane routines that we should be like, okay, I'm looking forward to it. But it's, I also feel like being an adult, it's accepting that a lot of it you're gonna be like unless you're doing. For the most part, yeah, Monday
you need to go and do the shopping.
You need to go to the shopping.
I hate doing shopping. Hate it so much.
Thank God for click and collect.
Yeah.
Oh
my God, I love it.
Yeah, they just go and pick up. So sometimes I don't think it's like going through days. I wouldn't say it's like anything abnormal because most of us are. But then we have a moment where we have an hour where we can have a podcast or we can have a live show. That just takes us our mundane routine. Well, come tomorrow, Monday to Friday. We're doing.
But do you know what? But this is the thing that bothers me so much.
Why?
Yeah.
Because, like, I look back here, and there's so much times that it's been a mundane routine, and those days turn into years that you don't remember.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, think about it. You only remember the moments,
the highlights. Yeah.
And it's just kind of like there's years of life that.
But I don't think that's the thing is it bothers you. I think that's the case for even 1%. Most of the time they don't. They can live everywhere across the world that they can, but sometimes it's not even that fun to not have the stability. Like you'll have billionaires still running they're not running their
100%.
businesses. Even if they have someone running it, they're still keeping up with it. They're still doing the mundane things of like, okay, I'm awake. Like they say, CEO starts working when they wake up. Like, okay, I'm awake. I need to check these emails out. But even at that level, they're still being mundane. They might have they can just do the holidays that we do for a week, for 6 weeks. Like they can at a bigger result.
But even at that gets boring. Do you know what I mean?
But in that case, I think everything then becomes mundane. Because like for a footballer, going to training and then going to the match is mundane. Like it just happens.
That's just every day.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But this is like everyone wants their life to be a movie.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be living the high life all the time and like showing up on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. That all they do is motives and parties and chop.
Yeah.
But the reality is most people just move through life, 99% of the time doing regular stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Waking up.
90% left is admin.
No,
yeah,
this is so funny. Have any of you guys watched the show A Good Place on Netflix?
No, I've heard of it and didn't watch it.
So
Don't think I've watched it now.
The show's cool, but the concept is what I really like.
Okay.
The concept is like obviously a good place. So it's heaven and hell, good place, bad place, right? And how you get into the good place in life, you earn points, and if you get enough points, whatever, to get into a good place, you get into a good place. If you don't, you go into the bad place, whatever. Spoiler, I'm going to ruin it because I need to talk about the end. So anyways, they finally end up getting to the good place, right?
Okay.
But when they find out they get to good place, everybody hates it. Because you can do anything in your brain that you can possibly imagine you can do. But you get bored. There's only so many things you can do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're in heaven, but you're depressed.
The thing is, I don't think you hate I don't want to speak for you, but a lot of people probably don't hate the mundaneness. It's just they hate what they're doing with it. If you're doing daily tasks or daily routine things, but things we actually enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Say if you like the routine was we come here, we record, then we have to go do another set. Kind of how Kenneth was talking. His life is still mundane. He's still kind of doing the same thing. He's on the same set, different sets, but for the most part, he's doing the same thing. But he's just actually doing 99% of the time what he's enjoying doing. So you won't mind them when because I don't think how much more can you really do? Travel to Maldives, travel to LA, come back.
Okay, you know what it is. Yeah, I don't think it's the mundaneness that bothers me. I feel like I want more highs.
Okay.
But I also do understand that comes with more lows. Like there was a time where I hate going on holidays because when I come back, I'm just so bothered. Right. Because I was like, I spent the last 10 days or however many days waking up whenever I want, doing whatever I want. Yeah. And now I'm up at 9. I log into work at 9:05 and you're telling me that I need to log in at 9 o'clock. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
There's a word for that. It's called holiday depression.
Bro, now TikTok is going to be showing me this nonsense.
Everybody hates it. The minute you land back in the country, you're like,
responsibility.
Gotta lock in again. And then they'll tell you, we need to do shopping on Wednesday. It's like, can we get home, please?
It's reverse for other people, though. Do you know what I mean? So some people might, like when they're on holidays, just like all they're thinking about is, I want to be doing stuff. I want to be active. I like doing emails. I like, doing admin-y stuff. Do you know what I mean? So for every person, it's different. Like
that's true. Because Andrew, like Schultz, he said, well, listen to this podcast. Like whenever he goes on holiday, because he's a comedian, so he enjoys what he does, and he sells out shows. He's worried. So for the first 3 days of every vacation he goes with his missus, she has to get him to like come to holiday mode. It's like, can you lock off? But he's still like, this ticket sale, this. Like he finds it hard to unwind on holidays. When he's doing his mundane life, bro, he's being a comedian. Like even comedians are telling the same jokes at different venues. Yeah. But he doesn't mind doing that as much. So when he's on holidays, like it takes him a good solid 3 days to be like, you're on holiday.
Well,
have fun here.
I guess it is one of those situations, like, because I don't like what I do on a day to day, like my 9 to 5. I don't like my 9 to 5. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but like for them, it's kind of like if you're living your dream,
Yeah.
why am I taking a break from my dream? It makes no sense. Like I want to do that.
Yeah.
This is going to be a bit of a mad one, but what is your dream?
I want to just be me. Like I want to get paid for being me. I want to be able to just be me, and that's it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have like I got two personalities. I've got Idris and then I've got Deji. Do you get what I'm saying?
Idris, who's Idris?
Idris is corporate.
Corporate boy.
Okay.
Like I can tell where you know me from. Like depending on what you call me, I know where you know me from.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you call me Idris, you probably know me from college or work. If you call me DJ, you're a white person I met outside of college or work.
Okay.
And if you call me Deji, you're most likely black.
Oh.
Well, yeah, well, your dream is to get paid for
Just being me.
For
like,
doing this type of stuff,
Like,
like,
and
do you know
you know what it
like-
is, yeah. I don't. It's like obviously everyone wants to be a millionaire, blah 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 blah. My goal is I just want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want to.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like if I decide that I want to move to Dubai for 3 weeks tomorrow, I just want to be able to do that. Do you get what I'm
financial
saying?
freedom.
Financial freedom
Financial
and
freedom.
Yeah,
That's-
literally.
Yeah, like that's like a broad thing. I was like, I've never had a specific dream since I knew I couldn't be a footballer. Like,
All right.
no, that was like the dream
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
like 4 to like 16, maybe.
Yeah.
When I did the mocks, the result wasn't what I wanted.
Okay.
The football thing, I was still playing football, Brighton FC. Jack Wilshere was breaking through at Arsenal. I was kind of like,
Ooh.
yeah,
This is not-
You start hearing of people that are your age and they're going on preseason tour with the first team of the team you support.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, reality gets in pretty quick, and maybe some people you need that. Like I always say, to live a big dream, you need like a level of delusion. That,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's gonna be you. You're gonna be the 1% of the 1%. I didn't have that delusion. I was a bit
Yeah.
more realistic because obviously the upbringing at home as well. But then since then, I was like, what is my dream? Like a specific thing that I want to do. Obviously, financial freedom is everybody's dream. I would
Yeah.
love to just say I want to move to LA tomorrow. Move to LA. But specific dream, I don't think I've gotten to that yet. But the more I do this, the more I'm like, what can it be? I don't let myself dream about it.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah,
though.
but when I
Like,
see
you,
this,
you can really think of whatever you can think of. You can go for like outside
Yeah.
the realm of being like a mega superstar musician or
Yeah.
a mega superstar athlete.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you probably even could become
The musician
the
thing-
musician of
yeah,
music. You know,
yeah,
you could
yeah.
make it like whether it's like DJing or something like that,
Yeah.
or you know, I don't know if you have a voice, if you can sing or whatever, or play an instrument or blah blah
Auto-tune
blah.
is real.
But you can learn.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
No,
You
like,
can
that's what I
learn.
mean. Like in music, yeah, in the arts, you can
Yeah.
probably still blow it. So I've never really given myself
Pause.
time to think of. Like, this guy's crazy. I've never really given myself time to think of like what
Yeah.
is my dream now as an adult.
All right.
And maybe it's just to live comfortably. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the dream, but as a specific thing.
But is that a dream though? Like
I don't know.
because I'm also cursed with just so many talents that I don't know which way I want to go with it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, so
like
you have to kind of kill a couple of them.
you know,
off.
like have you
that talent.
have you ever been in a situation where it's like I know that I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I realize I live in my head a lot. So sometimes I'm thinking about all the shit that I should be doing, but I'm actually not doing it. Then 2 years goes by, and now I'm seeing next man do what I said I wanted to do in the
Yeah.
exact same way that I said I would do it. Kind of a situation.
I've seen it happen with him. He'll tell me an idea a year ago, 2 years ago.
Bro, I'm a
And like,
visionary.
oh, that's a great idea. And I'm watching someone else execute it, and I'm sending them the
Yeah.
link of that person.
Oh,
I'm like, you
execution
see?
is-
Bro,
I'm like, you see?
bro, I'm a
Execution
visionary.
is number one.
I'm a visionary, bro.
Yeah, but what's your dream at this age?
God, yeah. Like to be honest, the earlier one was I wanted to be like a UFC fighter.
Oh.
yeah. So,
Were you training or anything?
Yeah. I used to.
Which martial arts were you? All of
Mixed
them?
martial arts at
Mixed martial
SPG,
arts.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Like my first ever training session was with Conor McGregor.
Oh man,
Yeah,
so John Cavan and all them.
Yeah,
That man's on the
Paddy
pod, man.
Hillin, stuff like that. Yeah, no, nothing like that now. But yeah, that's what I wanted to be. I didn't like. Yeah, it just didn't end up happening. Like, do you know
Is
what
there
I
a
mean?
moment that you feel like, yeah, it's not gonna happen? Like, cause with football, like I
Yeah.
told you that moment, of, like you failed the mocks, you're 16,
Yeah.
you're kind of like,
Bro.
maybe I
There was a moment
Someone give
where
you a
I-
leg kick and it's like, you know what, this ain't for me.
There was moments where I had that delusion, and like it wasn't even delusion at the time because like I felt like I was good, like, and I could have done it. Like I used to like get dressed up in the gear and stuff like that, stand in the mirror and practice me stances and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. And like I was going to train like 5 nights a week, like, do you know what I mean? I was in it heavy. Then like pulled my back, and like doing like deadlifts and stuff like that, which I probably shouldn't have even been doing them. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like that. After that, then it just never materialized. Do you know what I mean? And like even up until like 25, I was like, yeah, I want to go back. I'm gonna keep training, and then like, you know, I'll see where it can go from there. But then like, yeah, I just realized that like, look, this is actually like this actually isn't going to happen. Like, do you know what I mean? And that can be tough for like a lot of people. It can be like a thing where you're like kind of like, oh shit, like you know that dream that I want to do isn't going to happen. But you know, firstly, there are billions of people around the world that experience the same thing, so you're not alone in that. And on top of that, just because that doesn't work out doesn't mean that you can't do anything else. Do you know what I mean? Like I could go into commentating, I could go into blogging about it, I could go into you know, train myself to a really high level in one specific martial arts and open a gym. Do you know what I mean? And I can still live my dream through that, and I could train fighters that end up becoming champions and stuff like that. Now that would be years down the line because I'm doing stuff right now that like you know I enjoy doing. But my dream now, I think, there's kind of three that really stick with me. The first one is content creation. Obviously, who would, like in our you know I suppose age range doesn't want to be a personality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
get
like,
paid for being you.
And just get paid for being you. Do you know what I mean? Like I watch Chunks and Philly and stuff like that, and I'm like, I love having fun with friends and stuff like that, and want to be able to just record it and post it and like, you know, get sponsorship.
And do cool shit with your friends.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, you know, that's something that we could chat about after this. But then, and there's two other things. I want to create change through business, and like build, you know, businesses and organizations that, you know, bring change in people's lives. Or I would love to be a politician when I'm older.
Okay.
Yeah, and like really drive like political change and stuff like that. Now this is actually the first time I'm actually being outwardly open about it.
Don't worry,
exclusive.
we could see it.
Yeah, but like no, I definitely think that like over the time of being in Black and Irish and like having interacted, like I was in the Dáil for the launch of the National Action Plan back on the 21st, you know, and I was talking to Mary Lou McDonald, the Minister for Children, Disability, Youth and Integration, Roderick O'Gorman. I was sitting behind Micheál Martin in the override car, and I was like, damn, this is like a pretty big political arena. I'd love to be in this at some point. Do you know what I mean? And like in there making decisions and change and stuff like that. So
next time you're there, you tell them man to lower the rent, man.
I know there's some parties that are for lowering the rent, and others that are like they're definitely in favor of landlords and stuff like that. But anyways, those are kind of three things that I'm looking at saying I would be happy if I went the full way with one of those. Do you know what I mean? Or all of those.
Yeah, no, just on that, like I'm kind of similar. It's like just because the football playing thing couldn't happen doesn't mean there's no other ways I could infiltrate football.
100%.
Like the podcast started as a football podcast.
Yeah, straight back.
Yeah. I was like, how can I now find another way to get into that sport? Because even going to college, I initially wanted to do like physiotherapy.
Right.
Just because I was like, you know what, there's other ways, because I see Savage Daniel talking about trips to Philly. He works for Chelsea Football Club. Now he doesn't play for them, but he does the content for the club. So he's still within the realms of football.
Even I know with Savage Dan as well, he wanted to be a boxer,
and
he didn't really end up doing the boxing thing like that. Like I think he was like a semi-pro or whatever, but now he works with boxer and he's like at these like
zone and he sits in the
you know
corporate box with all them. So
like,
there's other ways like people to infiltrate your dreams.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the beauty of the internet. Like it gives us options. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Like you can do the content creation thing, then you can also become a thing, and also the content creation thing. Like we're seeing, like the Sidemen and like Mr. Beast making hundreds of millions on like just making their creation and then flipping that into like we have influence, so now we're gonna start selling shit. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
building brands and stuff.
You're
like that.
building like stupid brands and stuff like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like they are all possible.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like sometimes people make it seem like you have to have one dream.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I can have as many as I want.
They're free.
That's because years ago, when you went into a job, it was a job for life.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So like it must be very difficult for grandparents and parents, and especially parents who have come over from like wherever in the world. Do you know what I mean? And being like, you want to pursue dreams, like, do you know what I mean? Like I had to like fucking fight for everything that we have. Do you know what I mean? And like, so it must be. I think it must be difficult for all the generations looking at this generation, going, they can be whatever they want. They can have 5 careers. They can, become bankrupt and then build up wealth again. Do you know what I mean? 5 times over if they want.
Yeah, but that's just because the world has changed. Like for them, like the college degrees weren't as accessible as they are now. Like I say, now everybody and their grandmother has a fucking degree.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And for them, it was like
I have a degree.
You get what I'm saying?
Get a degree.
Like, do you know how many people I know that have degrees that aren't even using their degrees?
Yeah.
Like, but and it's just one of those situations where you get for them, you go college, you leave college, you get a good job, and you just that's where you stay. Like I remember the first time I told my mom that I wasn't happy, like my first job or whatever, and I want to leave. She looked at me like, "You're getting paid well," and it's like it's not like they're not killing you.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, at this point, I was like, Mom, I can.
But it doesn't fulfill me.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like I don't feel
I always
fire
say,
in my soul.
I always say this: we have the audacity to dream, and they didn't have that as much. But we have the audacity to be like, the world is also so accessible and so small. But we're seeing the young chunks and fillies, and we're like, they look like me. They just make a video. Like, there's no reason why I couldn't do what they're doing. Whereas I always say, well, growing up, your town was your world. You kind of lived in the same town. Everybody worked in the same factories.
Yeah.
Like the hottest girl in your town was the hottest girl in the world. You weren't looking at Instagram body. You weren't looking. You just didn't have access to like.
They didn't exist.
The variety. So
Yeah.
let's plug a quick intro now before we.
Go for
Talk to Leon about Black and Irish. And
Well, we got some questions for you, boy.
Let's go.
Let's get a quick intro. Anyways, and we're here. We are charged.
Bang, bang.
We are the podcast with the highest level of analysis the culture needs. I'm Uncle Jay, but call me Jordan. I'm here with.
You know, it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Deji nigga with the Midas touch.
He does have an amazing voice. It's incredible.
Gas
Every
me.
time I hear it, I'm just like, Jesus
Gas
Christ.
me,
I
please.
wish I had that voice.
Please, gas me.
Best. You should add that best podcasting intro in Ireland. They're calling it right now.
Nah, what's called? What's
Oh, it's
understood?
pretty good.
What's understood doesn't need to be said.
That's understood. Doesn't need
I
to be
watched
said.
the one where Dave tried to introduce it. Oh my God. And he was like the highest level of analysis. I was like, no.
Bro. Look, man, we all have our roles. We play it well.
who we got here today?
I do miss him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie.
Because the light skin energy, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
you
we
need-
connected
you need
on.
that. You
like,
need someone
I-
else
like,
to balance it.
I thought
Do you know what? We missed a great opportunity. Dave, Ree, and Leon on a pod.
Dave, who?
Cash money.
Read from Get the Gist podcast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, check out Get the Gist for everybody. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool.
Bruh.
people.
that's it. Call it mixed up pod. Or something like that. Something stupid.
No.
You're
What's
thinking
Are we
shit.
mixed?
What?
Mixed-ish.
Are we on?
Mix this.
Mixed shit.
That's actually
Damn.
Well,
All right, okay. Let's get into some real shit now. Yeah.
Cool.
Obviously, Black and Irish. Yeah.
Yes.
We got questions about Black and Irish, and everybody does have questions about Black and Irish because with a title like Black and Irish, you have made yourselves the forefront of Black and Irish. However, people feel like it's only a certain Black and Irish that you're representing, and we don't really know what the fuck you do.
Okay.
So, what is Black and Irish, and what do you do?
Damn.
yeah, no, because look, from our perspective, we've got premiere tickets, we've got put
Yeah.
at sound house. So from our perspective, Black and Irish has been good to us.
They're good to me, boy.
Like, we benefited from Black and Irish, but we do have friends that ask us, "What do Black and Irish really do?" And I look sometimes. I look at them. I'm like, I don't know. Ask Leon. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get Leon on the pod, and you can say
Yeah,
your
100%.
word is like,
Absolutely.
what do Black and Irish do, and what do they aim to do?
Okay, so we have a number of aims. From when we start, like we've evolved a lot from when we first started. When we first started, all we wanted to do was share stories and help the people of Ireland understand the experiences of Black and mixed race people in Ireland. That was it. We then saw gaps from what we were seeing in those stories, where there was no one really working on these things. So people were sharing stories about how they were experiencing racism in school, or how they were not being able to advance in business as much as they'd like to, or how they weren't able to engage in politics properly, or how the music and creative things that they were creating, they weren't being mainstreamed as much. So those are kind of there was kind of 6 main areas that we said to ourselves, okay, we really want to work in these areas. And those 6 areas are education, business, politics, community, media, and entertainment. So across all of those 6
Sorry,
areas,
that's education, politics.
education, politics, community, business, media, entertainment.
Okay.
So in each of those 6 areas, that's where we work. Now, there's going to be times where you guys are in media and entertainment.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the most outward thing that people see.
Creating content.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why people might see us working with like creatives and stuff like that. But like we're in schools every other week. Do you know what I mean? Giving talks and stuff like that. We do workshops with teachers and stuff like that in terms of anti-bias and anti-racism. So yes, there is a cohort of this creative scene in Ireland that does benefit greatly from Black and Irish. And we're more than happy to work in that space. But there are others, do you know what I mean, that do benefit from it. There's, young black kids in Cork and Tipperary and Limerick who are getting material from Black and Irish about anti-bias and anti-racism. They're seeing, okay, if I'm experiencing racism, how do I deal with it? If I see a kid in my class who's experiencing racism, how do I robustly make sure that kid gets a good experience and make sure that they one, don't experience racism again, that the rest of the class doesn't participate in racism, and that like the class is inclusive. So to answer your question, we do a lot of things. Sometimes I don't even know exactly everything that we do. But what I'm trying to do is create an organization that works across Irish society and creates a better quality of life for black and mixed race people. There are a number of people who would like to know what we do to a greater extent. And to speak bluntly, they can message me, they can email me. I'm not an unapproachable guy where 100%. If you come over and ask me what's going on, I'm gonna be like, yo, what do you think? Like,
do you know who the fuck I am?
It's so funny because something happened at your live show, where a guy came over and was chatting to us, didn't know who we were, and was like, what do you do? And me, myself and family were there, and we were like, oh, we run Black and Irish, like. And he was like, you guys, I've been beefing you guys for time. I'm like, beefing with us? Like, what? Like, I didn't know that we were like arguing with anyone or beefing anyone or whatever.
Behind closed door conversations, people like
100%, and I understand that. But if you're watching this and you have a concern about Black and Irish, message me or message Black and Irish and say, hi, I am such and such. I do this, and I would like to know this, or I would like to know X, or I'd like to know Y. I would like to think that we're open, that we're approachable, that people can ask us questions and they're not going to be berated or anything like that, or made to feel like they shouldn't have asked that question. People can come up and speak to me and get an understanding of what we try to do. But like, we do a lot. We work across a lot of different sectors. We release material around politics. We encourage people to get involved in politics. We do a lot in terms of like media and stuff like that with our own podcast, where we're trying to bring people on to mainstream what they do and platform it and push it out there.
Right? Why do we get an invite?
You can get an invite right now. You know what I mean? But like, we only had 10 episodes at a time. We now have 40 episodes. So, if people are interested in coming on the podcast, message us. And like, we're a lot of things, but we're not mind readers. We don't know if someone has concerns or anything like that. They can reach out, and I'm more than happy to answer the question.
I'm going to play a bit of devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
And it's one of those situations where
one day you'll play the angel's advocate.
I hear what you're saying, yeah. And I hear what you're doing for the kids, beautiful.
Yeah.
Doing for creators, beautiful. But I'm 25 and I'm in between my corporate job and shit like that.
Yeah.
What do you man do for me?
Cool. So we do. We've a Black Friendly Business Survey out at the moment. Have you seen that or
nope.
Respond to it? Okay, so we're trying to get a sense of how businesses in Ireland, how they interact with black staff, how they make sure that black staff are progressing through their organisation, that they don't just have black staff in like the low levels, that it's like it's integrated right through, that there's black leadership in their organisation and stuff like that. That's what we have out at the moment. We would do a lot of workshops with businesses and organisations where we would go in and teach them about anti-bias and anti-racism. There's then other organisations like Gura Media who would go in and do intercultural competence and make sure that organisations are able to deal effectively with different cultures in their business. So that's what we would do with business. We also try to what we're getting into at the moment is making sure that businesses in Ireland have connections to like really strong black talent. So we're in the middle of building up a base where people can push out jobs and promote jobs and stuff like that. But they need to go through a process of making sure that their business is equal, is inclusive, is diverse. And like, we're not going to advertise jobs for organizations that are just like, check the box. We're trying to change that tokenism. So that's what we're doing in business at the moment.
Because I'm sure you probably like people don't think you probably hear the criticism where people say like maybe it's a cool kids club or we see the same faces again. Do you think that maybe some people have, because now when they see you at a barbecue or they see you at the Reds event or something, the Guinness are like, oh, you guys are Black and Irish. Maybe they just see you as like activists. You're supposed to help the people, and then they see you outside having fun. They're kind of like then confused. It's like, how can you be activists but at the same time you're outside having fun? Or what are you trying to show?
I think it's a little bit unfair to say that activists can't have fun. Do you know what I mean? Like we're doing good work. We're doing our best to make sure that the black population in Ireland is able to fully integrate into Irish society appropriately as themselves and not just assimilate and we as Irish people accept you, or we as white Irish people like accept you black people and you can come in with us. No, we want Irish people to look at other cultures and say, yeah, we accept you for who you are. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't need to change who you are to be Irish. Do you know what I mean? So while we're doing that work, there's nothing in any sort of rule book that says you're not also able to bring people together to have fun and bring people together around good music or good food or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Like at those cookouts, what we're trying to do is bring people together to connect with each other. To our whole thing is about connection, collaboration, making sure that people are working with each other on projects and stuff like that. So yeah, we're activists and we also have fun.
Yeah, but how can I put this? That makes sense. I feel like our culture, like as black people, anyways, is that we have to have fun. If you don't have fun, we're not even going to look at it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And obviously, like a lot of the things you're saying are beautiful, education stuff like that. But we know how optics work in terms of like. You can sit here and put out scholarship, this, but it's the premiere we're looking at. It's the cookout we're looking at. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of it as well. But I also feel like when you have the name Black and Irish and you're supposed to be representing me, some people are going to feel like it's not my job to come to you. You're trying to create an organization that is supposed to be inclusive for everybody that is Black, mixed race, and whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm that. You automatically are, for the white faces, you automatically are my voice.
Okay.
So are you not supposed to come find me, not the other way around?
Well, I think it would be very difficult for me to go and find absolutely everyone.
Obviously.
Like, black people in Ireland aren't a monolith. If I put forward, these 5 voices, there's like tens of thousands of others that I'm leaving behind. So, like, in establishing Black and Irish, I'm not trying to represent the people. I'm not trying to, go out there and say I'm speaking on behalf of Black people here in Ireland. What I see my organisation's work doing is trying to improve the quality of life for Black people in Ireland. So I'm not trying to come out and be that figure or voice that's representing the people. I'm there to challenge white people a lot of the time to make sure that they're doing a good job in terms of like making sure that their space are inclusive. But sorry, no.
I understand that, but unfortunately, that's what comes with it.
Yeah.
Like, because to brands, I want to be cool. I want to be inclusive, and I want to fuck with Black people. I'm obviously gonna go hit Black and Irish.
Okay.
Because like, to other people, you are going to be the face. Like, I know whether that is your intention or not.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, if you take on the responsibility, it's also like say if I'm a business, and I have a business and I want to be like, you know what, like we always say when BLM happened, it was a window, and I was like, I want to do more collaboration with people of color, like mixed Black people, whatever.
Yeah.
The easiest thing for me to do is like, oh, there's a Black and Irish brand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to them. So whether it is your intention, I know what you're saying. You can't speak for everybody, and you don't speak for everybody.
Of course,
you don't speak for everybody. But I can understand from the outside perspective. If I'm someone, I'm like, oh, this is where I go for Black and Irish talent, education, like people in education, media. So it is undertaking that responsibility, even if you don't really want to.
I really do feel though that you're in a lose-lose situation regardless, because because what will work for this group of Black people is not going to work for this group of Black people, and I'm going to be pissed off because you to a certain people are
Yeah,
You're
not
speaking for me.
What about me?
Yeah,
Everyone will think that and say, well, you know, what does Black and Irish do for me? Instead of asking that question, you know, say to yourself, what could Black and Irish do for me? And if people reach, like, I don't think there has been many scenarios where people have reached out to me and said, I have this project, I would love your help on it, and I've said no.
We literally experienced it before when you walked in. We saw JLOL and you're like, oh, you have a project coming out.
Yeah,
If
let
you
me
need
help.
let
I
me
will do
help
whatever
you.
I can. Do you know what I mean?
And that's a good point, because it's like, a lot of people say, what can you do for me? It's like, but what are you doing that I can help you with? Do you know, if we had the podcast and we're saying like, oh, let's go to Black and Irish, but we have something to say, look, we're doing a podcast, we need this, we might need the studio space, what can you do for us?
Yeah.
But those same people, what I find anyways, because I'm on Twitter, I see the same people that are complaining like, oh, when this person was nominated, or this or that person was nominated. I'm like, but you don't do anything to help yourself. There's no way you can just say, I just finished college, or whatever, I'm not doing anything, but what can Black and Irish do for me? It's like, you're not going with them with... The best way to explain at work to say is that whenever you're going to your boss for something, make sure you also have the solution. Say, oh, this happened, but can we do this? But other people are just trying to say, what are you doing for me? But what could we do for you? You know, you should think about that. Like, what could we do for you?
And that is it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm always open to critique. If there's anything that I can do better, I'm always happy to hear it. A lot of people don't like criticism, you know, and for a long time I was one of those people. But I understand now that what I'm doing, I need to be able to be ready for a level of critique. That's fair. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit here and you know, be called names or berated or whatever.
No, as long as it's not personal.
No, of course. But like, what you're saying is valid though. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are sitting there going, "What the fuck is Black and Irish doing?" And for me, at times, it's a little bit difficult to explain because we do a lot. We work across 6 different areas. We have a number of different projects going on. So what we're doing now is on the 4th of June, we're having an open day. Where it's going to be in Irish Museum of Modern Art. We're launching our 3-year strategic plan. People can have input into that, by the way. If they go onto our socials, they can see what we have planned for the next 3 years, and there's a forum there where people can comment on it and stuff like that. You know, so on the 4th of June, people will be able to come in and ask these questions, like, you know. But this is the one thing that I will say, because I know there are a lot of people that are sitting at home going, I don't trust Black and Irish. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like that they haven't done this for me. I don't like that they haven't shared me. I don't like that I'm doing all of this great work as well, and I haven't been nominated. There are a lot of people out there that are like that. What I will ask of you people, not what do you mean by you people? No, but what I will say to those people is, reach out to me, send me a message, say, hey Leon, I would love to have a call. I would love to speak to you about this that I'm working on. I would love for you to share this project that I'm working on your page. 99.9% of the time, I'm going to say yes. So because sorry, go ahead.
If I send you Charger episodes, are you gonna post them?
I like not to the point where all of my content will be charged. But of course I'll promote you. Like, of course I'll share it.
If we had a show coming on, the thing is, as creatives, or maybe like, I don't know, but I feel like we benefit. Like, creatives in Ireland, a lot of us, once we're consistent, we're constant in people's faces, Black and Irish are good to us creatives. And that's what I'm kind of saying. We did something for them to be like, oh, who's the main character thing was just an idea I gave to Kenny on my podcast. And Kenny took the Black and Irish brand and he made something of it. Yeah. So for me, I could be like, you know what? He did what he could do for me. So from creative side, I was like, we're a bit luckier, but it is other people, like the people that are just...
But the thing is, right, like, because I'm not a person that likes to, like, me and Jordan, we've had this conversation so many times. We're not people that like to ask for things. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, I realize that perception is crazy. Because you're Leon, you just go about your day, living your day. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like how a celebrity just sees themselves as just a regular fucking person that just does something that so happens to have garnered loads of followers and shit like that. But a lot of the time, if you just went up to somebody and you chat to them, it's like, oh, you're actually mad cool or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But because I see you some way, I might think that you feel like you're better than somebody.
Black and Irish some way, and you're attached to Black and Irish. So
and then there's already the stereotype of like it's a cool kids club. So it's like, I don't know if I can approach you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say this, and I might think you're a prick without actually speaking to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like
people have asked us like, oh, what do they do? It's like,
chat to them.
Yeah, 100%. But like, would it not be weirder if I was like walking up to people being like, yo, I'm Leon from Black and Irish. Anything that you need, let me help you. Do you know what I mean? That's fucking weird. Like, do you know what I mean? What I want to get to is a point where people look at Black and Irish and they say, I trust them. I trust them that I can reach out and I can say something to them. I am not going to see every project that's happening. I'm not going to know everything that's going on behind closed doors. But when things are brought to my attention, I will obsess about them. I will work on them until I'm like blue in the face. And that is what has happened with Black and Irish. Like I've worked on an organization now for 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Like all of us are volunteers. None of us have ever received a penny from this. And all we're trying to do is work on behalf of Black and Irish people, not work, for them and be their representative and stuff like that. Like we want to change our education system. We want to change the way that there's a lot of structural racism in businesses in Ireland. We want to make sure that there are more Black people in politics. Do you know what I mean? When you're looking at those things, how can you say, oh, maybe they're, I just think they're fucking shady. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm a person that you can reach out to. My organization is an organization that is approachable. I get that there is an element of like, and this is something that I've absolutely tried to beat out with a sledgehammer. There are times where we come across as a cliquey organization, and I fucking hate that so much. And I am going to do everything in my power to stamp that out. I understand that we can also be seen as Dublin centric, and I want to get us out across Ireland, because we do work across other areas of Ireland. Like we've been in Belfast, we've been in Cork, we've been across to other parts of like Connacht and stuff like that. So I want that to be seen, and I understand that will mean I might need to post it more, or I need to do more stuff out there, but it will be done. I think there was a question that came up on a different podcast around, could you walk into an area of Tallaght, Macudliam, and connect with the people there? And at times, I can't answer that question confidently, because there are times where we've prioritized other areas of our work. But that's something that I want to be able to do, to be able to walk into areas where there's a dense Black population and say, okay, well, what can we do? Now, I'm not trying to be Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I don't want to have this savior complex where I'm, floating in on a fucking cloud. And what can we do? Genie. But if people speak to me about the issues that are happening, I understand that Black and Irish has a level of influence now. I get that. I'm not blind to it. I might act coy and be like, oh no, stop. But I understand that with that level of with a certain level of influence comes a certain level of responsibility, and I'm not blind to that. So what I'll say is, if you have grievances, if there are any concerns, if you are unsure of something, reach out to us directly. Because I hear it through yourselves, I hear it through Nesser, I've heard it through other groups as well, but I don't know who these people are. So just I don't know who you are, but if you know who I am, then message me and let's make
it's
this
easier
happen.
for me to, because see, if I message you and I know you and I have humanized you, maybe it's a bit harder for me to criticize you or to poke fun. Because if I now have someone approach you, actually approachable, they can't talk that shit anymore, or they'll feel bad talking that shit. But because sometimes it's like celebrities, when we have that distance from them, it's easy to be like, oh, you're fucking shit at football. If I meet that footballer and he's nice, I might be like, man, I can't talk that shit about him anymore.
It gets starstruck.
Yeah. So, but it's good that like you explained it. It is sometimes it is like Deji saying it does optics, because we are posting the cookouts and the award shows and people are seeing us all dressed up. You'll see Victor Alfred's in the room, Dango's in so you're seeing all this, but they're not seeing you go to schools in Cork. They're not seeing that, and sometimes like we live in a digital age of social media, and I know.
Well, it's on our LinkedIn. Like we do post, we have a LinkedIn as well. Like Instagram is for certain things.
Okay, so
we've got LinkedIn, we've got Twitter, we've got like a Facebook and stuff like that as well. Now we need to get better at posting on those things, and we are progressively getting better. Like we're not even 3 years old yet. Do you know what I mean? We have a lot of learning to do. I think there is evidence that when Black and Irish is criticised, that we like exponentially refine what we do. Do you know what I mean? For example, when you look at the first set of awards to the second set of awards, first of all, Fiona did a madness in terms of the level of the event. But, when we took on the criticisms of, oh, this is very cliquey, this is very, it's the same people and stuff like that. And we're like, okay, cool. We might not see everyone. So now it's open. It's open to the entire public. Anyone can write in who they feel, anyone can nominate who they feel should be
Did you
nominated
prefer
here.
that though? Did you prefer the second version that it was more open?
Because
Because that's like the award show every year. Sometimes I can't wait to see the nominations because the conversation around it is always so fun.
No, 100%.
I'm messy like that. I'm gonna cry. It's great. But do you feel like you got it right the second time or the first time?
I think we got it a little bit better. Now the first event that we were doing, we were operating on 5 weeks' notice because we were in the middle of COVID
Pandemic, yeah.
You know, myself and Fiona and other members were chatting and like, are we going to do this? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do this? And we were like, yeah, all right, we'll go for it. We'll do it. And you know, Fiona pulled it out of the bag, and we wouldn't have been able to do that kind of longer nominations, you know, like open process at that time. So I understand a lot of people were upset and they were like, oh, well, you know, you're missing this and you're missing that and blah, 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 blah. And there was also a room capacity issue that we had to deal with. So the second time around, we took the criticisms of, we don't see everyone. We don't there might be, you know, younger artists that are up and coming that like, you know, Black and Irish are just completely blind to at the minute.
Yeah.
Until it's like, you know, landed in front of us. Like we are scanning, we are looking around and saying, okay, well, you know, who can we see coming up at the minute? But there are times that we miss things. So that's why we wanted to make it open so that other people could nominate and stuff like that. I don't think that was received too well either. Now I think it was received better, but I think again, you know, there are things that we can do better.
Yeah.
And those things are, okay, are there some things that, are there some awards that can be made panel based?
Yeah.
And those questions will be coming up through.
No,
Black
I
and
understand. See, I think that's the hybrid of it is better. I
Yeah.
agree with that because even with me and Deji, I tell them we also have blind spots. Like
Yeah.
we don't know who's popping in Ireland. Like I'd hear of like the sellers in the offices and even A9. I'm hearing of them like recently. I'm trying to pay more attention because I have a platform.
Yeah.
Or I'm creating a platform
Exactly.
that I want them to try to come on. But we have his brother helping us because I'm like, yeah, we just have certain blind spots ourselves.
Yeah.
So I can understand it'd be the same for you guys. But
Can I ask what do you think are the purpose of the Black and Irish Gala Awards? What do you think is the purpose of them?
See, okay, but I think the purpose of them is to get all the creatives in the same room, and then we can maybe network, talk, and also show appreciation. Just being in the top 3, like being nominated as we were, it's just like, look, you've done a level of work that you're in the conversation with Dongo and where's your head at of this year. So
Okay.
you're appreciated, but you can also be in this room to network with all. You have Dammy Hope, you have Victor Alfred, and also it's a lit night.
Okay, that's fine.
That's how I see it.
Show appreciation to the creatives that are doing hard work that honestly may never win an award. Like,
True.
Like, where's your head at winning an award for best podcast? Without Black and Irish, I don't see that happening. Not that I don't see it happening ever, but when we come out of the Black and Irish space, people are selling out the 3 Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get what I
There's,
mean?
there's podcasts not within our space
Yeah.
that can sell out the trade, and we're not
100%.
there yet. So it's good. That's also a good one.
Yeah.
It's good to have a space where we are appreciated.
who have you know, and those podcasts have incredible resources that
Yeah.
have full teams around them who will wait on them hand and foot and make sure that they have everything, absolutely everything that they need. And those podcasts are more likely to get those backers and supporters than where's your head at.
Yeah.
You know, based on the content that they're creating and based on who they are. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you know that there are biases when people are looking at, okay, well, you know, what podcast can we bring on and what you know, who can we, you know, really push out there and project and get, you know, thousands of followers. They're more likely to go with
Talking Bollocks.
yeah, exactly, other white
Yeah,
Irish podcasts than they
yeah.
are to go with you know podcasts that are within our circles and communities. So the main purpose of the awards is to mainstream Black creatives in Ireland. That is like, that's our number one focus. That's why we want to drum up attention to get people who are doing incredible work and are pushing out incredible creative things and bring them to a wider audience and to, you know, generate conversation around it and stuff like that. So that would be our primary thing. The second thing then is to show that level of recognition that people might never get. And you're absolutely right, they may never get it, you know, and now they absolutely deserve it, but yeah, they may never get it. And then, third is have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, look,
And to bring people together and have
everybody
fun.
wants to shake a leg. Just to spin back on all the other stuff of like, at the end of the day, we know the world we live in. We live in a world of content. Do you get what I'm saying? And I do feel like the quickest and easiest way to get people to stop thinking about Black and Irish as, oh, what you guys do and all this kind of shit is honestly to just get creatives to be creative in those different spaces.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many schools you're in. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I see,
There's a concern there because I can't post pictures of kids on.
no, not posting pictures of kids.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like if I see Snowden doing a fucking video of getting ready to go speak at a school or whatever.
Yeah, I get
all
you.
of a sudden now, oh shit, that's Snow. Snow's doing that. Okay, and I can't chat to you, but I can chat to Snow. I can't chat to you, but I can chat to Dongo. Do you get what I'm saying? And just like once you start giving other people
Yeah, because that's how Amanda went to schools during Black History Month.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, even though I get what you're saying, get ready with me as we go talk to the school, and then people
I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
no, there's just people
like,
be like,
that's-
okay, they
that-
do that also.
Yeah.
do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like personally, I don't even know if I follow the Black and Irish page
Okay,
because I don't know if there's anything for me to see there.
there might not be.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's out of the what? How many followers you guys have? Like 50K something?
56.
Yeah, 56, right? Out of that 56, how like we're saying your man don't have the streets. How many of those people are from the streets? Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it's kind of like it's just opening that
How
wider
many
audience.
Black people are in are for the streets though? Do you know what I mean? Like I think we have this perception that Black people in Ireland are they're all in this circle.
Yeah, yeah.
There's people in Cork and Tipperary that you don't know and they don't know you. Do you know what I mean? And they might not know Black and Irish. And that's like I'm trying to reach the 5-year-old who is being called the N-word every day. Do you know what I mean? More than I'm trying to I know I might be seen with you more because of proximity and what we're doing in terms of media and stuff like that. But you boys already have your thing sorted out.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like
I
do
hear that.
everything for you and like
Yeah, but it's one of those things that like it piggybacks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if somebody that I know sees me, now they're asking me, and they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Like it's like you said, it's only 3 years old. It's a long-term game, and it's one of those things that at the end of the day, it's going to be you're never. There's no way to reach everybody. It has to trickle down. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying like it's now to put like at the end of the day, we know this is a game. So let's just play the fucking game.
Yeah.
Like we know that you think we do nothing because you don't see what we do and you don't see content from the people that you care about doing what we do. And you might feel that we see ourselves as these great people and we're the guys and blah, blah, blah. So you feel like I'm a dickhead. And you're not going to come talk to me because you feel like I'm a dickhead. And you're not going to have that energy for me in person.
Yeah.
But you would go chat to Dongo. You go chat to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, cool. Put out this little piece of content.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Put out this little thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like that solves the problem.
100%.
But
I do think that people look at me and whatever way I don't know whatever way my face is structured, people think I'm a prick.
I don't
People
think
think
I don't think it's you. I think it's because you are attached to an organization where they already have their gripes.
Okay.
They already feel like they're already from the outside.
Right.
They already feel like they're not involved. They already feel like it's a cool kids club, and you're ahead of that group.
Also-
they feel like that.
also,
you're
you-
ahead of like the cool kids.
and you know what? Yeah.
They're like the mean cheerleaders.
No, I actually
no, that's how they feel. That's how they
genuinely,
feel.
genuinely, yeah, as well. I see why people distrust Black and Irish because it can come across looking like you're using my pain to benefit you.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and we see all these people use this like, oh, Black people, Black History Month,
Yeah.
Black this, but it's all for your own benefit.
Yeah.
You're not actually doing this because you give a fuck. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and I feel like, especially even coming from like African countries and like our governments are all fucked up, we just have a natural distrust for people that are kind of
Absolutely.
like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
People
Position
are
of
proud.
power.
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's just what that is always going to be.
100%. And if you look at the Black and Irish page, you'll actually see that we are less, doing like trauma porn. And we no,
Sorry,
we
that threw me off.
understand.
I was expecting the words together.
we understand that there's a level like there's a time where you need to move off it. There is a time for that where people actually need to understand what the hell is going on for Black people in Ireland. People need to see that and experience it. And unfortunately, it will take people coming in and sharing their story. And we're very grateful for everyone who has been willing to share their story through Black and Irish and stuff like that. But now that we've moved through that, there was a whole piece around does racism exist in Ireland that we needed to move through. Do you know what I mean? People did not believe that racism happened.
Bro.
We thought that we were one of the best countries in Europe or the world that was like, nonchalantly moving through, space and time as this non-racist country. We were the third racist in Europe. Do you know what I mean? Statistically, we have 51% of, ethnic minority people talking about how they experience racial discrimination. We were sweeping it under a rug. And this is something that Ireland can be very good at is, when we have these big issues like mother and baby homes or like racism, like we don't talk about that. We just kind of move away from it. So that's why we needed to bring out the conversation and have that conversation. Then it was like phase 2. Okay, everyone now wholeheartedly accepts racism exists in Ireland in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's overt racism, of like explicit racism, where it's covert, where you're experiencing racial profiling, being shaken down by guards, unconscious bias and stuff like that, or whether it's structural racism. We get it. We know that it's here. Now what? Now we need to work on those 3 areas. We need to bring down overt racism. Where does that mostly happen? In primary and secondary school level kids. So we're in there doing those talks. Where does structural racism mostly happen? Politics and business. So we're doing talks. We're meeting with politicians. We're talking about how we need greater black representation in Ireland. We're going to be holding the first ever black political conference is going to be happening on the 14th of July this year in Epic, and that's being run by a guy called Eric Hige in the team. And what that's going to do is bring 100 black people in Ireland together to try and codify the issues the political issues that black people care about most in Ireland, and see if we can create a thing where we can send the politicians, here is where people feel most aggrieved about politics in Ireland from the black community. There are politicians and ministers and heads of parties who are already agreeing to go to those events. Do you know what I mean? So we're connecting the black people with the people that they're never connected with. They never talk to. Do you know what I mean? So we're trying to mainstream blackness in Ireland. We're trying to work across these 6 areas and deal with the issues that are arising in them. And there's going to be times where people feel like Black and Irish has their back turned to them. But that's because we're trying to fight these guys who are doing crazy shit, who are laying off mostly black staff, who are allowing racism to, run in their schools free, live-o. So these are the issues that, we're trying to deal with. There's going to be people that are kind of, trying to tug on us and say, why aren't you working on this? And we will try and work on it, when we're done dealing with some of these things. But that's, I suppose, my rant is that's my rant over.
Bro, what's good? So what? You're doggy TikToker now, yeah?
Bro went viral. Do you know what? Yeah, he's gonna give himself content creator of the year.
100%. Wait,
that would be so funny.
Who do we pay now to win podcast of the year?
Oh,
where do we send the email? What's your address? Yeah, send us the air code.
Send me the invoice,
bro. Brown envelopes are accepted.
No, you got viral recently, bro.
I did. I went viral. Yeah, God, yeah. So myself and my 2 dogs, they both had to be spayed, like get their gonads removed. Yeah. So they had the operation. Brought them home. We needed to go back in for a 3-day checkup, and my dog Oreo is like she just goes mad when she's in the car. So I was like, all right, bet, let me record some of this, and see what she says. Like, because she's just a character. Like she gets up and goes mad. So I was like, right, let me record this. Recorded it. True. I only recorded like a minute and a half of it, and then posted it online. And a few people messaged me like, oh, like what's she saying? Like what, you should throw subtitles under it. So
okay.
I was like, right, cool. Let me throw some subtitles under it, and it just it took off. Now it was after 3 days, because it was on 2,000 views or something. After 3 days, I was like, oh, that's cool. And it's like one of my most watched videos, and I went to sleep one night, woke up the next morning, and it was like, boom, 50,000. I was like, okay, this is...
People love dogs, boy.
Yeah, they love dogs. Man. Yeah. Love dogs. And I'm looking at the analytics on it, and it's like, America, Australia. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is crazy. People around the world are seeing Oreo, my dog that I live with on a day-to-day basis. Like, do you know what I mean? And yeah, it took off then after that. Like, it got as Ice Spice said, 1 million views in a day. I was gassed. I was on my TikTok, on my story and all. I was like, 1 million views in a day, and then it got to 8 million views, and it was bank account by 21 Savage.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and I was so gassed at myself. But anyways, I'm not the star here. The star is Oreo. I posted saying that I'm after getting 60,000 followers, and thanks so much for everyone for following. And Dan Edward messaged me going, they're not your followers, bro. They're Oreo's followers. I was like, yeah, that's fine. It actually is. It's fair.
Yeah,
So that's I got to go viral with Oreo. I'm gonna keep making content like that and just see how it goes.
See where it goes. Yeah. Lean into it and see what it does.
Bro, if you've seen something that's working, you bang that shit till it stops
I
working.
think that's so. Thank you, Leon.
You gotta
Oh,
charge
thanks
something to
so
the
We
much.
game.
gotta charge some to the game. Actually, we gotta. What am I? Oh, this is not really my charger. This is Jordan's segment. Jordan's charger. I was on Twitter scrolling through.
As you do.
As always. And then I'm watching. I see Tyrese, and Tyrese is with his girl, and they're going on live. And Tyrese, you know Tyrese, the Fast and Furious, sweet lady.
Guy, yeah. Oh my god, the guy is crazy. He has the name of him.
Yeah,
crying.
baby
So
boy.
as they were filming live, and she's like, you know what, Tyrese wasn't really my type when we started going out.
Mad.
I was actually into Paul Walker,
Crazy.
who was his best friend.
Best
at the
friend
time.
who died.
So I'm just like, imagine your girl is telling you, you were plan B to your best friend. You got to charge that to the game. Like, well, what can
You gotta charge it.
what can you
gotta
do?
charge it.
Like, what can you do, bro?
You don't need. You
It's
don't really need to be worried about it.
I mean, yeah.
But it's still a
charge. It's just you gotta be like, you gotta be.
No,
like,
but that was
plan
such
B.
a wild fucking video, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was funny because I was like, why did they post this?
No.
Because it was alive.
Yeah.
It's not like they
Bro,
filmed it and then they posted
no,
it
because
later.
That was off the cuff, like,
what are you thinking? Don't be rubbing my shoulders and be telling me how you want it next, bruv. You know,
Like,
there's some information you don't need to say,
You just
especially
need
to
to
60 or 70,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, bruv, like what?
You know, sometimes when you're comfortable in the moment and you're comfortable with your partner, you can just like you do a pod. Sometimes you get comfortable talking. You're like, I didn't say that. That's
You
gonna
know,
be left out.
I,
It
but
can
that's why pre-recorded is best because I'll just cut and
But what are you trying to the game, Dej?
what am I charging to the game? Honestly, bro, man is. I have felt tired I wake up exhausted, bro. What the fuck? Like,
Sleep more, bro.
no, even bro. I'm telling you, bro. I've been sleeping, bro. Not today. I'm on like 1 hour of sleep now, but that's because I was outside. But what's it called, bro? I've been sleeping and I'm waking up tired, bro. I'm doing work. After I finish work, I just want to knock out. Like, and it feels like I'm just constantly tired, and I don't know if it's adulthood or what the fuck is going on. But I just got to charge it, man. Like,
Facts.
Anything happening with you, Leon, that you got to charge to the game?
What am I charging? African timing.
Oh, yes, you were on time today, 5 minutes early.
I'm always 10 minutes early to everything.
Jeez.
And I had an incident this week where it was like, I was told to be somewhere at 2 for now. Like, I love the guys who ran it. So I'm not gonna shade them too much. But I was told 2 o'clock kickoff. Boom, I'm there 10 to 2, ready to go. Astro's empty. I'm the first person there. I'm like, okay,
I hate that shit.
this is great. They rock up at 2:05. They're like, oh, kickoff's changed to 2:30. No, kickoff has always been 2:30. I just said 2 to get people here, right? It's 2:30 and there's no football on that Astro. There is no ball on the Astro. Half the other team are yet to arrive. There's no football. Kickoff is not happening now. So it's like, 3 o'clock. People coming rocking down. All is good. All is well. Laughing, joking. I've been there for like, I had to run back out and do my parking again. Do you know what I mean? I'm stressed out. So yeah, that's one thing that I know that we all laugh and joke about.
It bothers me.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
it bothers me as well.
It bothers me proper.
But yeah, I think it's something that we like. It's killing our people. Like, do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no,
It's,
definitely.
you know,
it's
and when we
super-
start moving into these other spaces, like other people take like being on time so serious.
Yeah.
You
Being
know,
a
so-
professional, I think some people
Yeah.
wait till the money comes in to learn to be professional. Like professional, like I'm like you. Punctuality and professional is just
Yeah.
part of it. I just need to be here. If I on time, 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, I'm rarely ever.
But to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. My brain is weird. Like, I'll be driving and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm 1 minute late. Like, it bothers me. Like, and now I'm trying to speed up a little bit, trying to see if I can make the minute back. It proper bothers me, man.
Bothers me, man.
Well,
And I don't know why people do, like, I don't know, man. That whole, and you know, I think it's one of those things where I expect them to be late, so I'm gonna be late. But then I'm the dickhead that shows up on time, and then I could have been here an hour later. Like, do you know? I was stressing to get here early, and now
I'm too early, right? Leon, thank you for coming to chat
No
to the
problem.
boys.
Thanks for having
Like,
me.
hopefully everybody has a better understanding of what Black and Irish do. If you don't,
100%.
he literally said you can DM him instead of complaining on Twitter or say this and the other. Look, people stop asking me now. We've had Fiona, we've had Zeda, we've had Leon, everybody does work with Irish, Black and Irish on the podcast.
bro,
So,
at
there
this
you go,
point,
man.
yeah, look, man.
And if you didn't like anything that we've said on this podcast today, well, you can charge. Thank you for listening.